To our honored guests, distinguished panelists, and the supported patrons, on behalf of the New Frontier of Bartow County, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to our annual Walter A. Johnson Sr. Celebrity Roast. It's an occasion where we give a little good-natured greeting to someone that we genuinely admire and respect. And this year we're indeed honored to have none other than Commissioner Clarence Brown as our roastee. Commissioner Brown has served the Bartow County community in some capacity for over 40 years and has left an indelible legacy that will be remembered for many years to come. If you don't know, the New Frontier was established in February 22nd of 1962 by 11 founding fathers, Professor Johnson being one of them. These men envisioned an organization which would bridge the gap and ease the transition from segregation into integration without destroying the community. The New Frontier's mission: to work for the betterment of all citizens of Bartow County, to seek the election of the best qualified candidates, to work for better job opportunities for African Americans, to assist in educational progress, and to promote racial harmony. And now, 50 years later, the New Frontier remains more viable than ever and continues to stay the course originally conceived. The New Frontier is committed to such ongoing projects as our mentoring programs for young males and our annual Feed the Community Thanksgiving dinner, where over 3,000 are served annually. I would like to recognize two courageous men who laid the foundation for our brotherhood. Charter members, Mr. Arthur Carter and Mr. William Robertson. I would also ask for my fellow Frontiersmen to stand at this time. Many of you may not realize that Commissioner Brown has been an honorary Frontiersman for many years and has made invaluable contributions to our organization. It gives us great pleasure to salute Commissioner Brown and say, thank you and well done, sir. I will now turn over the program to our Master of Ceremony, Mr. Weldon Dudley, and again, welcome.
You get a picture of my tie.
Looks great.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How about you?
Doing good.
Not too bad.
I would love for him to. I mean, once you left near me, you know where that?
I'm going to give these gentlemen an opportunity to come up and let them give the true bio of Commissioner Clarence Brown. We'll go in this order: Steve Stewart, I think, Ralph Lowe, Steve Bradley, David Archer, Parnick, Jennings, Arthur Carter. Oh man, I'm going to skip them. All right, I need to move this over a little bit. I think if I close it. Oh wait, I got one more thing to do. Wait, I'm sorry. We've got one other person. Let me see if I can get this to work. Mayor Santini couldn't be here tonight, but he has something in here, and I'm trying to.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cartersville Mayor Matt Santini, and I am so sorry that I'm unable to be with you in person this evening. Who am I kidding? I came up with some lame excuse saying that I had family in town. The truth of the matter is, I would rather be reorganizing my soccer board than have to sit through yet another event where we all have to pretend that we like Commissioner Clarence. I've been poor guy for 20 years since he's been in office, and he still hasn't caught on. I mean, think about it. He's convinced that people actually honored him with that money pit that you all are sitting in right now. And people have started calling it the Brown Center. I don't know about you, but when I think about a Brown Center, it isn't anything flattering or anywhere that I want to be. Another reason I would rather have dental surgery without Novocaine than be at this event is looking at some of the people who I have to sit with. Two dumbass country lawyers. A handful of preachers who probably have alcohol in their breath. A man who is waiting for people to die so he can make some easy cash.
I really thought this was going to be a much more somber occasion. But I'm looking across this room and everybody's smiling, jovial. I mean, there's a lot of people glad you're leaving, Clarence.
Clarence is so, squeaky clean that it's always been honest. So he told me one day he called up Sheriff Millside to tell him that Joe Tilley was selling drugs. And he told Sheriff Millsap that he was hiding the drugs in his phone. So the sheriff went through the necessary procedure to get a search warrant. Thank God from Judge Nelson. Through Judge Nelson, and they went out and searched, and Clarence had told him he hides it in his firewood. So he went out and went through the firewood, he cut up his firewood, he split it, and everything, but he couldn't find any drugs. So he called Clarence back and told him they didn't find anything. So Clarence got on the phone after the sheriff left and called Joe and said, "Joe, did the sheriff come out?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Did he cut your wood up? Did he split it?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Happy birthday, Joe."
The importance of septic tank maintenance.
I take this thing real seriously. This is not a joke. This is to honor a good man. And so I make this pledge. I'll tell nothing but the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth if I can. And I will not embarrass Clarence Brown unless I can. Now, it's been a tradition for several years. I have to meet with Clarence far too often in my role as city attorney, and I never go into a meeting. I mean, I'm talking about over 20 years, and I haven't gone into a meeting without opening a pocket knife. I always, is that true? He didn't turn the red light on. The minute I walk into the meeting, I take a pocket knife and I lay it on the table. One day I did that. We were in a conference room at Clarence's office, and I laid my knife on the table as I always do. And I made the mistake of turning my back on Clarence Brown. Clarence reached down and stole my pocket knife. And he took that pocket knife. He would not give it back to me. I asked him several times to give it back to me. He put it in his pocket. And then he went to the airport and forgot he had it. The red light's not on. Now, since I have taken this so seriously, I have spent a considerable amount of time of researching Clarence Brown's background. The first thing I did is I looked at a rather fluffy article in the Tribune when they dedicated the Clarence Brown Conference Center. They did a little story on Clarence. And I read, okay, who is Clarence Brown? Peel the onion. Who is he really? Well, first thing I see is they asked him about his educational background. He said he graduated from Castle High School in 1961. I said, well, that's easy. I can verify this, I can check it out. And so I looked first in the library to see if they had a 1961 Cass High School annual, and they didn't. So I called one of the Bartow County School Board members, and I said, where can I find a 1961 Cass High School annual? She said, well, I don't know. Let me call the principal and see if they've got one. She called back, and she says, we found one, but Clarence is not in it. And I thought, that's rather strange. Did he either not graduate, or did he lie about the year of 1961? So I asked the school board member, I said, can you verify that he actually graduated? Do y'all have records back that far? And she said, I'll call you back. So she called me back about 30 minutes later and said he graduated in 1960, not 61. I'm thinking, how could somebody make that mistake? So I think I need to dig further into this. I need to know more. I need to investigate. And so I go and I look at the list of the faculty members in 1960 at Cass High School, and I found a list of teachers. I called 10 of those teachers and I said they never heard of him. And then I found one and said, oh yeah, I remember Clarence Brown. I said, what do you remember about him? He said, well, first of all, he was not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer. And second, I remember I had to give him a 0 on a test that he took once in a history class. He said, I compared his answers to the answers of the person sitting next to him, and they were all identical but one. The last question was a simple question, something like, what is George Washington's first name? And the guy sitting next to Clarence put, I do not know. And Clarence's answer was, neither do I.
Well, and when he was talking about church a little while ago, and I remember I was talking to this pastor the other day, and this pastor was preaching against the evils of alcohol, and he said, if I had all the beer in the world, I'd take it and pour it in the river. And if I had all the wine in the world, I'd pour it in the river. And if I had all the whiskey in the world, I'd pour it in the river. Well, Daddy sat down. Weldon's a song leader, and you know what song Weldon came up with? Hymn number 365. Shall we gather at the river? Now I'm going to tell you the real story of the Clarence Brown conference. Joke's Road. We did our committee. Steve Brady served on it. Steve Stewart, Ellen Archer, and others. In fact, Ellen and I had the privilege of serving on there 8 years. I don't think there's a single conference center that we didn't see. But here's the true story of the Clarence Brown Conference Center. When we went to Clarence and told him we wanted to name it the Clarence Brown Conference Center, guess what he said? No way. But Ellen, in her infinite wisdom, first day that we had a committee meeting, we asked Clarence to agree, and he did, that if the committee ever wanted to override something that he thought, that if we had a unanimous decision, he had to get into it. So Clarence left the room. Paul Battle, you remember this. I made the motion to ask the committee for unanimous consent that we would override his veto of this thing called the Clarence Brown Conference Center. Paul Battle seconded it. We voted unanimously. Over his objection, this building was named the Clarence Brown Conference Center. And that's the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God. And the last thing I want to say is this, and I've said this to Clarence privately, and I've never said it publicly before tonight. Outside of my father, who I hold very dear, I think more of this man than any person in the world. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this Clarence Brown.
Good to be here. I'm going to take just a half minute to talk about a friend sitting there behind me, because he can't ever open his mouth about saying something about me. He and Ralph Lowe were supposed to be good friends, but they don't always see eye to eye. They were arguing one day, they got kind of heated, and Weldon told Ralph, said, you know, you're close to a fool. Rascal let me move away from you. Mrs. Brown, good friend of all of us. Fine fellow. He had problems when he was a young fellow. He was afraid of ghosts. You know, he lived in Kingston, and anybody that's been to Kingston, there's a place where the road just goes right beside the cemetery. Just right over there in the cemetery. He walking up that road one evening, and a three-legged man walking backward stepped out right in front of him. And he reached up to get his hat, but he didn't have no hat. Then he looked down and he said, "Thief, don't fail me now." Because I can run after there and finally look around and didn't see the three-legged man. So he thought, well, I'll lay down and rest for a minute. And the more he got laid down, that three-legged man come laid right beside him. He said, "God, we got some money, didn't we?" Clarence said, "You just wait till I catch my breath. You ain't seen that yet."
I noticed that I was wearing this lovely tie tonight, and when Clarence saw this tie, he said, "Oh, I love that tie." I did that. Don't turn the light on, son. That's what you said. And then I know, see, I was talking to Charles. I was finding out what his favorite thing is, and is to go home, relax, lay back in the chair, and watch his favorite program. SpongeBob, SquarePants. So I want to make you a present. I don't know what the man that had that tie originally looked like. I got it from Parnick, Jennings, or one of those.
You might recognize some of this. This is a collection of mint, autographed by the author, first edition, New York printings of a selected number of Alex Cross novels written by James Patterson. We know that's one of your favorite authors. As of last month, James Patterson is no longer autographing his books. We, the members of Frontiers, had a wonderful ride with you as commissioner, and all of you running for commissioner. Let me see you raise your hand. How many run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right.
And thank all you for being here, because the money that Frontier Club raises goes really for a good cause. They feed, with Thanksgiving, they feed a lot of people. They help with scholarships, and they help some of the most needed people in the county. They are just a good group of people that work hard and help a lot of people. Now, if I went through and spoke about every one of these guys up here tonight, you would not like me very much. I know you're getting tired, because I am. I have laughed until I'm wore out. Not only that, I'm dying to wash my hands. So you didn't get that. But I will tell you, there's 2 new openings at the courthouse Monday morning. David Arthur, you're the biggest liar of all.
Every word was true.
You didn't put any money in this bucket. Man, you should have filled that bucket up. But anyway, a lot of good fun, and I've had a good time laughing, and I hope you have had a lot of laughs at my expense tonight. But I'm just not going to carry on. I know it's getting late, and you're tired, and
I just want to say thanks to panel. I want to thank you. I see, and all the good friends. I look out and I see all the good friends sitting out there, and I just appreciate you being here tonight. And oh, my family. I guess I better recognize my family, of course. My lovely wife that I've been married to 50 years tomorrow, but after tonight, I don't know if we're going to make it to 51. I would like for my family and staff to stand over here. You know, that's when I talk about the staff, that's like my second family, so I just want to recognize it, okay? But anyway, I hope one of these guys will be up here next year to roast. I'm not going to roast them tonight, but what I am going to do is write their wives a letter. Now, because what I got to say, I really can't say it in public. And when their wives get the letter, then they'll know I turned over more rocks than they did. So, thank you again, and I appreciate the Frontier Club and all of you guys, ladies that came out and supported it tonight. Thank you.
Have some fun this evening. Make sure you go out and you tell your friends it wasn't quite as bad as people made it out to be. Pretty clean tonight, considering what we got up here. You know what I mean? But no, on behalf of New Frontier, we want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting the endeavor. We want to thank Commissioner Brown, not only for his years of service, but for so graciously accepting to be the butt of so many jokes this evening. We just hope that you'll carry something with you this evening, and hope to see you again next year. So everyone have a safe trip home, and we love you and take care.